I got to listen to the Grand Ole Opry. That's all the Grand Ole Opry back in those days were something that it was just it was religiously you listen to the opera on Saturday night because there was just nothing else to do, you know. And the radio was the only thing that we had. And I don't know, I was probably 10 or 11 years old, something like that. So, and listened to the Opry. I just one night I heard Ernest Tubb sing, and that something stuck with me right there, you know.
Take me home to the place where I first saw the light. To the sweet sunny South, take me home, where the mockingbirds sing me to sleep every night. Oh, why was I tempted to roam? Oh, I think with regret of the dear home I left, and the warm hearts who cheered me then, and the wife and the dear ones of whom I'm bereft, and the sign of the old place again. Take me home to the place where my little ones sleep. No master lies buried nearby, or the graves of my loved ones I long there to weep, and among them to rest and to die. Take me home to the place where the orange trees grow, to my cot in the evergreen shade, where the flowers on the river's green margins they grow. They're sweet on the banks where we play. Oh, the path to our cottage, they say, is grown green. The place is quite lonely around, and I know that the smiles and the forms I have seen and lie in the cold mossy ground. Take me home to the place where I first saw the light. To the sweet sunny South, take me home, where the mockingbirds sing me to sleep every night. Oh, why was I tempted to roam?
But the really turning point in my lifetime, which has led me up to now, is I was listening to the Opry one night, and Ernest Tubb said, and my dad had moved away from Hyden here to that when I was, I don't know, probably eight or nine or in that area through that. I never got interested in music down here in Hyden at all. It's in Dayton, Ohio. But I was listening to the Opry one night, and Ernest Tubb mentioned the fact that he was coming to Memorial Hall in Dayton, Ohio. I told my dad, I said, I have got to go. You've got to take me down there and see that. He just 10 or 12 or 13 or what it was. I went down there and watched Ernest Tubb. I don't know, there's just something came over me that right there when I saw him. I said, that's what I want to do right there. That's it. That's exactly what I want to do. I like the way he emceed his show. I like the way, I liked everything about the guy. I never thought that I would ever get a chance to meet the guy, you know. And finally, I just kept going. Every time I got a chance to see him, I tried to imitate him. I learned every song that he come out with. I imitated him as much as I could. And at that period, that time in my life, around 13, 14, my voice was low like it. It was young, where his was matured, you know. But he had a deeper voice and heavier, and it carried better than mine. You know, I squeaked like a kid, you know, but was a kid for that matter.
He's a dynamite, uptight, out of sight, backyard Romeo. He looks like skin on a bone pile. Cat wouldn't give him a glance when he stretches long legs out, boxing on a chase. Tennessee hound dog, Tennessee hound dog. Sad-faced, moony-eyed creature, ears hang down to his knees. Easy hound call him a has-been, don't reach home for fleas. Tennessee hound dog, Tennessee hound dog. When he gets a certain kind of look on his face, she-hounds run for a hiding place. When he takes a notion, all the girl dogs know he's a dynamite, uptight, out of sight, backyard Romeo. Looks like a limon over, some dog lovers said he got more sense than the dog know. They've got in their head Tennessee hound dog, Tennessee hound dog. Takes a notion, all the girl dogs know he's a dynamite, uptight, out of sight, backyard Romeo. He looks like a limon over, some dog lovers have said he got more sense in dogs know. They've got in their head Tennessee hound dog, Tennessee hound dog.
I got my dad to buy me an amplifier, and I put me one of them old-time de-arming pickups right across the old Regal guitar had a hole in the center. Jimmy Short, the guitar he played, had a pickup. It looked like that anyway. So I went and got me a pickup and an amplifier, and I got to learning to play the lead part on the songs, you know, with the guitar. And so when Tub come on the Opry every Saturday night, I came on right with him. I mean, I was just all, you know, when he hit the theme song, the breaks of the guitar and everything, I stood right there with it plugged in and all that. And but I followed Ernest Tubb until I was about 16, and my voice kind of. One night I was listening to the Opry, and just out of the clear blue sky, I didn't know who. Tubb was the only guy I remember listening to. Curly Fox and Texas Ruby, and. But one night, I was listening to the Royal Crown Cola show. Pee Wee King headlined that show back then. And all of a sudden they said, they introduced Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys, I'm sure, you know. But nobody never said a word. And, of course, that was in later years, I learned that was one of Bill's characters. He just shut up, never said nothing. Well, this sound come through there with Cumberland Gap. And I didn't know what Cumberland Gap, or I knew there was a Cumberland Gap up here in Kentucky, where they all come together. But that's the only Cumberland Gap I knew. But I heard that banjo come through that radio, and there's another streak of lightning hit me. I thought, one man cannot absolutely do that right there. And come to find out, lo and behold, that became Earl Scruggs, you know. So then, that changed my life completely right there again, you know.
This Saturday will be our 36th year anniversary on the Grand Ole Opry, and most of that time we got to know Mr. Roy Acuff very, very well. And Larry Cordell wrote a song about Roy Acuff and Osborne, the guy that played with him for 56, 57 years. And we recorded it, and we're going to play it for you right now. It's just called Old Roy and Brother Oz.
He's a country music legend that all the fans adore, from the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore. He came from East Tennessee with the Smoky Mountain Boys and became the Opry's brightest star friend. His name was Roy. He was known the whole world over as country music's king, and you could hear a pin drop when old Roy stepped up to sing. For over 50 years, he brought joy to all the fans with bashful Brother Oswald and his Smoky Mountain Band. Oh, Roy, could you take us one more ride on the wings of the great speckled bird, or through the hobo jungle on the Wabash Cannonball? How I'd love to hear that lonesome whistle squall. In heaven with the fiddle in his hand, he's gone to sing for his reward in God's angel band. He rode through those pearly gates on his famous train on that day when St. Peter called his name. Oh, Roy, could you take us one more ride on the wings of the great speckled bird, or through the hobo jungle on the Wabash Cannonball? How I'd love to hear that lonesome whistle squall. How I'd love to hear that lonesome whistle squall. How I'd love to hear that lonesome whistle squall.
I never lost faith in Ernest Tubb. He never lost a fan. I always was his fan. We've recorded his songs down through the years, and I thought as much of him when I got into bluegrass as I ever did when I was trying to imitate him. But I got interested. I learned that Earl Scruggs played with Bill Monroe. Well, when they'd introduced Monroe, I knew that Earl Scruggs would be there, you know. Then I got to hear Lester Flatt, he got to singing. And one night I was listening to Monroe, he said, we're going to be at Memorial Hall tomorrow. And it come a big snow that night. And I told my dad, I said, snow or no snow, we've got to go down there. I've got to see how that one man can do that right there. It just ain't no way. So we went and we got about 10 rows back. And Scruggs played Cumberland Gap that night. And he showed me in about 2 minutes how it was done.